Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why the strongest women seem to face the hardest battles? Why does it seem like the ones who stand tall, who refuse to bow to fear, who keep their faith in the Lord, are the ones who get tested the most? My friends, this is no accident. It is no mistake. The enemy does not go after the weak, the passive, the ones who surrender at the first sign of trouble. No, the enemy comes after those who are strong, those who carry light, those who are destined for something greater. A woman of strength, a woman who walks in faith, will always face resistance, not because she is weak, but because she is powerful, because the fire inside her threatens the darkness around her, because her spirit refuses to be broken and the world does not know what to do with a woman who cannot be controlled. Let me tell you something, my dear sisters. If you are facing battles today, if you feel like every door is closing, if you feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, take heart. The very fact that you are being tested means that you are a threat to the enemy. The very fact that you are facing obstacles means that there is something powerful inside of you. And the good news is this: the battle is not yours to fight alone. The battle belongs to the Lord. You see, the world wants to break strong women. It wants to silence them, keep them small, make them doubt their worth. But a woman who walks with God cannot be silenced. A woman who knows where her strength comes from cannot be defeated. She may stumble. She may have days where she feels weary, but she will never lose because she knows the truth. Her strength is not in her hands, but in His. The trials you face are not there to destroy you, they are there to refine you. Just as gold is purified in fire, just as diamonds are formed under pressure, so too is a strong woman shaped by the battle she endures. And let me tell you, when God refines you, He does not leave you weaker, He makes you stronger. There will be people who do not understand you. There will be those who mock your faith, who try to tear you down, who tell you that you are too much, too bold, too fearless, too independent. But hear me now, you were not created to fit into the mold the world sets for you. You were created to stand apart. You were created to shine. Some of you are walking through storms right now. Some of you feel like you are fighting battles alone, but you are not alone. God sees you. He hears your prayers, He knows your struggles, and He is saying to you today, do not give up. Do not lose heart. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep standing, because victory is already yours. The world may try to knock you down, but a strong woman does not stay down. She rises again and again, not because she is invincible, but because she serves a God who is. She does not fight in her own strength, but in the strength of the one who has already overcome. So, my dear sisters, do not be afraid of the battles you face. Do not shrink back when the world tries to push you down. Stand firm. Hold your head high. Walk in faith, because in the end you will not lose. You will not be defeated. The world may try to dim your light, but it will never put it out. And when you look back, you will see that every trial, every hardship, every battle was only preparing you for the victory that God had already written for you. Because a strong woman does not lose. A strong woman who walks with God always wins. Have you ever seen a mighty oak tree standing tall in the middle of a storm? The winds howl, the rain pours, and yet that tree remains unshaken. It may bend, it may sway, but it does not break. Why? Because its roots run deep. Its foundation is strong, and the very fact that it stands so tall is what invites the strongest winds against it. This is the reality for strong women. Strength invites resistance. The moment a woman stands firm in who she is, the moment she refuses to bow down to fear, to compromise her values, to shrink herself for the comfort of others, she becomes a target, not because she is weak, but because she is powerful. Not because she is wrong, but because the world fears a woman who cannot be controlled. A strong woman does not seek approval. She does not wait for permission to live boldly. She does not apologize for her confidence, her intelligence, her faith, or her ambition. And because of that, she will always face opposition. The world is comfortable with women who stay quiet, who remain small, who do not challenge the status quo. But the moment a woman dares to rise, to stand up for herself, to step into the fullness of who God created her to be, resistance comes. Think about the greatest women in history, the ones who left a mark on the world. Every single one of them faced battles, criticism, and rejection. Why? Because their strength made people uncomfortable. Because their resilience threatened those who thrived on control. Because they refused to be anything less than who they were called to be. A strong woman does not back down in the face of adversity. She understands that resistance is not a sign that she is on the wrong path. It is proof that she is walking in her purpose. Just as a tree's roots grow stronger with every storm, every battle a woman faces only strengthens her. Every challenge, every setback, every person who tries to tear her down is unknowingly shaping her into the woman she was meant to become. But the truth is, strength can be lonely. A strong woman will often walk alone because not everyone can handle her presence. She will be misunderstood, labeled as too much, too strong, too independent. People will try to change her, to mold her into something more acceptable, more palatable. But a true woman of strength does not dim her light to make others comfortable. She does not shrink herself to fit into a box she was never meant to be in. And here is the beautiful thing. The more resistance she faces, the stronger she becomes. The winds may blow, but they will not uproot her. The storms may come, but they will not destroy her. Because her strength is not in herself alone, it is in God. It is in the deep roots of her faith, her perseverance, her unwavering belief that she was created for more. There will be moments when a strong woman feels tired, when she wonders why the battles never seem to end, when she questions whether it would be easier to just give in, to stop fighting, to blend in with the crowd, but she does not quit. Because she knows deep down that every battle has a purpose. Every storm is preparing her for something greater. Some of you, reading this right now, are facing resistance. Some of you feel like the weight of the world is pressing against you. But let me tell you this, the very fact that you are facing opposition is a sign that you are walking in strength. It is a sign that you are carrying something powerful inside of you. And the enemy would not be fighting you if you were not a threat. So do not be discouraged. Do not let the resistance make you doubt yourself. Instead, let it confirm what you already know. You are strong. You are resilient. You are unshakable. And just like the mighty tree that faces the strongest winds, you will not fall. The world may try to break you, but it will not succeed. Because a strong woman does not crumble under pressure. She rises again and again. And in the end, she will stand taller than ever, not in spite of the battles she has faced, but because of them. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to endure the hardest battles and still stand strong? How is it that despite the storms, the losses, the betrayals, and the disappointments, they do not fall? My friends, it is not because they are physically stronger than others. It is not because they have more willpower or emotional toughness. It is because their strength is not rooted in themselves, it is rooted in faith. True strength is not just about how much you can endure on your own. It is not just about how much you can carry before you break. No, true strength is about knowing that you do not have to carry it all alone. It is about trusting that there is a power greater than yourself, a God who fights for you, a Savior who walks beside you in the battle. The battles you face today may be overwhelming. The burdens you carry may feel too heavy to bear. But hear me now. You were never meant to carry them alone. You were never meant to fight this battle in your own strength. When you rely on your own power, you will grow weary. When you try to handle it all by yourself, you will feel exhausted. But when you place your trust in God, when you surrender your struggles to Him, He becomes your strength. He becomes your fortress. He becomes your victory. Some of you have been fighting battles that seem never-ending. Some of you have been waiting for breakthroughs that have not yet come. And maybe you are tired. Maybe you are asking, God, why is this so hard? Why do I have to go through this? But let me remind you of this. The battle you are in is not just about the struggle. It is about what God is building inside of you. Faith is not tested in times of comfort. Faith is tested in the storm. And when you choose to trust God even when you do not understand, when you choose to stand firm even when everything in you wants to give up, you are not just surviving, you are growing stronger. God does not promise a life without battles, but He does promise that you will never have to fight them alone. But true strength comes from knowing who is standing with you. True strength comes from faith that says, I may not see the way, but I trust the one who does. True strength is believing that even when everything looks impossible, God is still able. So do not give up. Do not let the weight of the battle make you believe that you are losing. You are not losing. You are being strengthened. You are being refined. You are being prepared for something greater. Faith sustains the battle. Faith keeps you moving when everything in you wants to stop. Faith reminds you that this battle is not the end of your story. And when you walk by faith, when you trust in God's plan, even when you do not understand it, you will see victory. You will overcome. Because God never fails, and those who put their trust in Him will never be defeated. Have you ever felt like life was pressing down on you from every side? Like every time you take a step forward, something comes along to push you back. Have you ever looked up to the heavens and asked, God, why is this happening to me? My friend, I want to tell you something today. Your hardships are not a sign that God has abandoned you. They are not proof that you are forgotten. No, the trials you face are not they are a refining fire. A fire that is not meant to destroy you, but to shape you, to purify you, to prepare you for the purpose that God has placed upon your life. Look at the way gold is refined. It does not become valuable, pure, and beautiful without going through fire. The heat burns away the impurities, the things that do not belong, the things that would weaken its value, and the same is true for you. God allows trials not to break you, but to make you stronger. To remove from your life anything that is not meant for you, to shape you into the woman He has called you to be. Maybe right now you are in the fire. Maybe you are facing struggles that feel unbearable. Maybe you have lost people you thought would always be by your side. Maybe doors have closed that you thought would stay open. And in your heart you are wondering, God, why? But let me tell you something. Every great woman of faith has walked through fire before stepping into her purpose. Because here is the truth. If God has allowed a hardship in your life, He has a purpose for it. If He has permitted a struggle, He is using it to shape you. The pain you feel today is not wasted. The tears you have cried are not unseen. God is working even in the midst of what looks like destruction. And I know it is not easy. The fire is hot. The trials are painful. But remember this, when gold is placed in fire, the fire does not destroy it, it makes it more valuable. When a diamond is under pressure, the pressure does not crush it, it transforms it into something rare and precious. And when God allows you to go through hardships, He is not trying to ruin you, He is refining you. Some of you are in a season where you feel like everything is falling apart. But let me encourage you today. You are not being destroyed. You are being prepared. You are being strengthened. Destroy you, it revealed your true strength. Have you ever noticed that the world does not have a problem with women who stay silent? That society has no issue with women who follow the rules, who do not ask questions, who do not challenge what has always been? But the moment a woman stands up, the moment she speaks truth, the moment she refuses to be controlled, that is when the world pushes back. My friend, understand this. The world fears true strength. It fears women who know their worth. It fears women who cannot be manipulated, who cannot be silenced, who refuse to bow to the pressure to conform. Because a strong woman is a force that cannot be ignored. She shakes the ground she walks on. She changes the atmosphere of every room she enters. And that is why resistance comes. Look throughout history. Look at the women who have stood for truth, for justice, for righteousness. They were not always welcomed. They were not always celebrated. They were mocked, criticized, ridiculed, and even hated, not because they were wrong, but because their strength threatened the systems that relied on their submission. These women were not loved by everyone. They were not easily accepted, but they stood firm. They did not back down. They did not let fear dictate their decisions, and because of that, they changed the course of history. And today it is no different. A woman who knows her worth will always be seen as a problem by those who benefit from her doubting herself. A woman who refuses to settle for less will always make people uncomfortable. A woman who stands in truth, who speaks boldly, who refuses to be anything less than who God created her to be, she will face resistance. Society will call her difficult. It will label her too much. It will try to make her question herself, to shrink, to be quieter, to take up less space. Because a strong woman exposes the weaknesses of those who rely on control. She reminds the world that strength is not just found in power or position, it is found in conviction. But hear me today, do not let their fear make you question your strength. Do not let their resistance make you believe you are on the wrong path. If the world is pushing against you, it is because you are making an impact. If people are trying to silence you, it is because your voice matters. If doors are closing, it is because God is directing you to something greater. You were not created to be small. You were not made to live in fear. God did not place strength inside of you so that you could hide it. He made you bold. He made you powerful. He made you a warrior. And yes, the world will push back, but you must push harder. Yes, they will try to make you question yourself, but you must stand firm in who you are. Yes, the road will not be easy, but remember this: a strong woman does not walk alone. God is with her, His hand is upon her, and if He is for her, who can be against her? So let them resist, let them doubt, let them talk, because at the end of the day, a woman who walks in truth, a woman who stands in strength, a woman who refuses to bow, she may be feared, but she will never be defeated. There is a truth that many forget when they are in the middle of a battle. When the storm rages, when the weight of life presses down, when the voices of doubt grow louder, it is easy to think that you are losing. It is easy to believe that the struggle is too much, that the pain is too great, that you do not have the strength to keep going. But let me tell you something today. Victory does not belong to the fastest. It does not belong to the strongest in body or the wealthiest in resources. Victory belongs to the unwavering, the ones who refuse to give up, the ones who keep standing even when the world tells them to sit down, the ones who hold on to their faith when everything around them says to let go. Those are the ones who never truly lose. Look at the world's greatest warriors, not the ones with swords and shields, but the ones who fought battles in their spirit, in their mind, in their heart. They were not always the most gifted, they were not always the most talented, but they had something that could not be taken from them: perseverance, a refusal to bow to fear, a faith that could not be broken. The battle you are facing right now, it is not the end of your story. The struggle you are going through is not proof that you are losing. It is proof that you are still in the fight. And as long as you refuse to quit, as long as you refuse to let go of your faith, you cannot be defeated. Maybe right now you feel exhausted. Maybe you are wondering if it would be easier to just stop trying. But hear me today. The enemy's greatest weapon is not the hardship itself. It is the lie that tells you to quit. The lie that says it is not worth it. The lie that says you will never make it. But that is not the truth. The truth is every battle you have faced has made you stronger. Every setback has prepared you for a greater comeback. Every tear you have cried has watered the seeds of a future harvest. And if you keep going, if you keep believing, if you keep trusting, victory is already yours. Because God does not abandon those who stand firm. He does not forget those who trust in Him. And He has promised that those who endure, those who remain steadfast, those who refuse to bow to fear or doubt, those are the ones who will rise. So do not quit. Do not let the weight of the battle make you forget the power of your God. You were not created to live in defeat. You were not made to surrender to fear. You were born for victory, and victory belongs to the unwavering. Have you ever wondered why the moment you start stepping into your purpose, the battle gets harder? Why, when you finally find your strength, the resistance grows stronger? Why, when you decide to rise, life seems to push you down? My friend, this is not a coincidence. This is confirmation. Opposition is not a sign that you are failing. It is proof that you are making an impact. The enemy does not waste his time on those who are going nowhere. He does not attack what is weak. He attacks what is powerful. He comes after those who are a threat. And if you have been facing resistance, if you have been walking through trials, if the weight of opposition has been pressing on you, it is because you are stepping into something greater. You are walking in the power that God has placed within you, and the enemy is terrified of what you are becoming. But here's the thing, no amount of opposition could stop his purpose. No resistance could change his calling. They mocked him, but he kept preaching. They plotted against him, but he kept healing. They crucified him, but he rose again. And if you are walking in the purpose God has given you, you will face opposition too. The moment you decide to rise, the moment you decide to walk in your calling, the attacks will come. People will doubt you. They will question you. They will talk about you. They will try to stop you. But hear me today. Their opposition is not a roadblock. It is proof that you are on the right path. Look at the lives of strong women throughout history. Women who refused to be silent, who refused to accept limits, who refused to back down. They were not welcomed with open arms. They were fought, they were criticized, they were told they could not, they should not, they would not. But they did, because their purpose was bigger than the opposition they faced. And the same is true for you. The resistance in your life is not there to destroy you. It is there to test you, to strengthen you, to confirm that you are stepping into something powerful. It is easy to walk through life unnoticed, to stay small, to avoid conflict by never making waves. But a woman who is walking in divine purpose will always be met with opposition because her very presence disrupts darkness. Her strength shakes the ground. So do not be discouraged by the battles you are facing. Do not let the weight of resistance make you question yourself. If anything, let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you are stepping into something bigger than yourself. That the enemy is fighting you because he knows he cannot stop what God has placed inside of you. Because here is the truth. The world cannot silence what God has called to speak. It cannot break what God has made unshakable. It cannot stop a woman who knows who she is in Christ. And no amount of resistance, no trial, no attack, no opposition can stand against the power of God working in you. So stand firm, keep walking, keep fighting, keep believing, because the very fact that the battle is raging around you is proof that you are making an impact. The enemy does not attack what is weak. He attacks what is powerful. And my friend, that means you are far more powerful than you even realize. There is nothing more powerful than a woman who knows her purpose. A woman who has been called by God, who walks in faith, who refuses to let fear or doubt control her. She is a force that cannot be stopped. No weapon formed against her will prosper. No attack from the enemy will break her. No storm will shake her foundation. Because when God ordains a path, nothing in this world can close the door He has opened. You see, a woman of purpose does not rely on her own strength alone. Her strength comes from something greater. It comes from the fire of faith that burns within her. It comes from the unshakable belief that she was created for more. She understands that challenges will come, that obstacles will rise, that there will be moments where everything in her wants to give up. But she also knows that giving up is not an option. She knows that God's plan is greater than any opposition she faces. The world may try to limit you, the enemy may try to break you, life may try to convince you that you are not strong enough, not qualified enough, not ready. But hear me today. A woman who is walking in the purpose God has for her cannot be stopped. She may be knocked down, but she will rise. She may face obstacles, but she will overcome. She may have moments of doubt, but her faith will carry her through. Because here is the truth. The power that fuels her is not her own, it is the power of God. And when God is the one guiding her, nothing can stand in her way. So if you are in a season where the road is hard, if you are facing battles that seem impossible, if you are wondering if you have what it takes to keep going, let me remind you of this. Your purpose is bigger than your pain. Your calling is stronger than your circumstances. And what God has placed inside of you cannot be stopped. Do not let fear make you shrink back. Do not let doubt convince you that you are not enough. Do not let setbacks make you believe that you have lost. You are still standing. You are still moving forward. And as long as you keep walking in faith, nothing can stop what God is doing in your life. A woman of purpose may be delayed, but she will never be denied. She may walk through fire, but she will come out refined. She may face battles, but she will always have the victory. Because when a woman's strength is fueled by faith, her path is unstoppable and her destiny is secure.